Hey guys, welcome back to the Sholty family homestead. I'm Tony, and today we have a compost pile to turn. We got more grass clippings to throw in there. I also have some old hay from when we still had rabbits to put in there. I am going to show you what it looks like now, and if you guys have been following along, we had a video I will post up here or up here. I don't really know where it goes, but that shows what it looked like. I think it was 2 weeks ago when I did that. But right now, I know it's pretty bright out. I actually keep our compost pile across the alley behind our house, but right now this is all we have left of the giant pile we had. So I am just going to pick the cage up, move it over, and we are going to turn the pile. So all we're going to do is pick this cage up and just move it over a little bit. Get the big sticks out of there, and we're just going to take it and flip it in here. Now I want you guys to see what this looks like in the middle of the pile and why we flip it. So that used to all be nice green grass, and then on the outside we still have grass that's just starting to dry out, not really decaying. So flipping it will get it hot in the middle like it needs to be, as well as break everything down. And the key to a good compost pile is keeping it hot in the middle, and that will actually kill all the weed seeds and really all the other seeds you don't want in there anyway. So we're just going to keep flipping this. We'll mix in some green stuff and some brown stuff and keep going. Now, another one of the big benefits of turning your compost pile is actually getting air and oxygen back into it, because all the microbes that grow in there can't survive without oxygen, just like we can't. So turning it actually helps get oxygen back in there, and you see our pile is quite a bit bigger again. I will actually be adding more stuff to it today. I have some zucchini that I pruned some leaves off of, and I have to mow the backyard still, so that'll be pretty full. But you also need to turn the compost pile so it doesn't get too hot, because if it gets too hot, then it actually stops the process and kills off all the beneficial stuff that's in there, and you want the beneficial stuff in your garden. So with all the beneficial stuff being back in the compost, that takes, when you put it back into your garden, all of the nutrients that from the decomposition plus all the new microbes and worms, and it's just teeming with life by the end of the process. That's all beneficial to your garden plants. So the more compost you make, the more you can put in your garden, the better it's going to be. The dirt we had here was just that, it was dirt. I got a load of compost from our city recycling facility last year and the beginning of this year because we didn't make enough compost for ourselves. And just 1 year of having it in the garden, where before we expanded, I could stick my arm making a fist just past my wrist with no problem. Now where we expanded, I couldn't even stick a finger into it. So if that tells you how much the plant matter and all the new microbes that come into play help out the soil that you have, it's a huge difference. So just compost. It's your kitchen scraps, anything but meat. You can put your coffee, including the filter, into it, and it will break down and provide nutrients. Eggshells, your grass clippings. If you have chickens or goats, anything like that, you can put all their manure in there. Rabbit manure, it's perfect. It all decays, I don't know if decay is really a good word. It breaks down into something usable for your garden. And I don't put any fertilizer on my plants at all. And I have tomato plants that are 6 feet tall already. And they've only been in the ground about a month and a half. So just using compost, that's all I put on there, compost. And weeds, if you're turning your pile enough, you're not going to generate weeds in your compost pile because the temperature inside the pile gets hot enough that you're not going to see weed seeds germinate. It just kills them off. That's part of the reason you want to turn it, is because you don't have to deal with having the seeds that are on the outside don't get hot enough to kill them off. And that's a lot of problem people have with their compost, is they just don't turn it enough. I haven't been turning this one enough. I could probably turn this one, I'd say every 4 days, and that would be 100% plenty. And that pile would have been almost usable in about another month if I'd been doing that. But we live in the city, we get busy, 2 kids working 2 different shifts. I don't always have time to make it out here and get compost turned. So I know it will be ready for next year, and that's really all that matters, because I have the weed fabric down in the garden, so I can't add compost on top anyway. But we actually filled our onion bed and all of our cucumber containers with only compost, and they are doing amazing. So if that's my PSA for the day, is just make some compost. Whether you're in the city or country, a suburban homestead, you can make compost. They have little barrels that you can use. If you do it the right way, mixing your carbon, which is the dry stuff, and your nitrogen, which is your greens, it's not going to smell. We have never smelled the pile we have out back here, and I've had it going for about 2.5 years, and the neighbors haven't complained at all. So as long as you do it right, you will never smell it. So, sorry about the lighting, I'm trying to get it. I keep disappearing into a shadier area, and it's just hot out here today. But until next time, we will see ya.